Don't scroll. Not yet. Stay right here in this exact moment. Because something in you already knows that what you are about to receive is not an accident. The part of your mind that has trained itself to expect nothing. The part that knows it's unsafe to stop moving and keeps moving. That part will tell you to keep going, to ignore this, and to tell yourself that it probably isn't for you. Today. Don't pay attention to that voice. You've already paid enough for that voice. This was not a coincidence. You didn't just happen to end up here. There isn't an algorithm in the world that works without a reason. Because this moment was planned for a long time before you even woke up this morning. You didn't find this before today made a single demand on you. This found you. That's not all. There's a bigger difference between those two things than you think. Before we go any further, I want you to understand something. I know how much this season has cost you. Not the kind of fall you talk about when someone asks how you're doing. The safe answer, the short answer that gets you through the conversation without having to say anything new. I mean, the real season, the one that's under the surface, the one that doesn't have clear edges or simple language, the one that lives in the space between how you act and how you really feel on a quiet Tuesday morning. That gap, that private feeling gap that can't be crossed. I'm sure of how much wider it is now. That's why I know how much energy it takes every day just to stand there and keep going. Do not leave this place because what is about to happen was put together just for the version of you that is carrying that. The one that performs and the one that has it all together. That one that is worn out in a way that doesn't have a name yet. That's the one I'm talking about. That's the one this was made for. Let us now go on. Please stay until the very end of this. Not because the beginning doesn't matter, but because some truths are built up over time and the deepest one is yet to come. What your heart has been drawn to, but hasn't been able to touch yet. The answer is near the end of this. Stay put. Stay put. Come back even if your mind wanders. It's part of the process to go back. Sometimes the wait was there in the morning before the day gave you a single reason to put it there. Before the first message, before the first call, before the first reminder of all the things that still needed to be done, the weight was on your chest as soon as you woke up. For a moment, you didn't move as you thought quietly about whether you still had enough strength to get up and do it again. Then you did. You stood up. That's what you did. You made the day. But I need you to hear this. That cost you a lot of money. I saw I didn't miss a single morning. Not a single one. I also saw the nights. These people should have been resting, but weren't. The noise inside you got louder when the house was quiet and the world outside was still. The conversations that played over and over again without your permission. The ones that couldn't be answered but kept coming up. The weight that felt heavier in the quiet than it did when it was busy during the day. As the hours went by, you would turn and turn again, but the thing you were carrying would not let you go. Nobody knew you were awake or what was going through your mind during those hours. I was there during all of them, not keeping an eye on from far away. There with you in the dark, right there. It was clear to me when you kept it together for people who needed you to. While something inside you was quietly breaking, your voice stayed steady and your face stayed calm. People didn't offer to hold you when you were the one giving comfort while your chest was full. You didn't stop. Your friends and family never knew how far apart your heart and the face you were wearing were. I remember the way you smiled back then. Yes, it's a real smile. It's the kind of smile someone gives when they can't tell someone the truth. Whenever you tried to let someone in more than once and the conversation moved on before you were done. When you decided it would be easier to keep quiet than to try again. I knew what all of those silences meant. It was all there for me to see. They didn't make you less. Not a single one. I saw the everyday days that were very important. The ones that seemed fine on the outside, but were actually carrying the weight of 100 small losses that had never been given a proper place to land. Grief isn't always very big. It doesn't always come with a message for you. It can build up in layers that are so thin and quiet that you don't notice until one normal afternoon. It all hits you at once like a weight. I saw everything. There were hopes you didn't say out loud because you thought it would be too dangerous. The things you quietly wanted and then watched not show up. Taking in that sadness by yourself without any ceremony or witness. I saw the relationships that changed overnight without any notice or explanation. People who took a step back but didn't say why. The ties that used to feel strong are slowly weakening and you start to think about what you could have done differently. Putting weight on your shoulders that wasn't yours to carry. I saw everything. There were prayers that were not written in clear language or full sentences that I saw. These were the ones that came out in pieces at 2 a.m. When you weren't ready to put them together properly, they were more like exhales than words. You didn't even know what you were asking for. All you knew was that something had to move, change, or break open. Every single one of those prayers was heard. They never disappeared into nothingness. You never had a time when no one was listening when you talked. Nothing was missed when you spoke. You were heard the whole time. In any of those times, you were never by yourself. Not even in the ones where it felt most like being alone. Not even in the ones that made me feel like I was being left behind. Not at all in those ones. I understand the exact kind of tired you've been feeling. It's not the kind that can be fixed by getting enough sleep. It's not the kind that can be fixed by a quiet weekend. That kind of happiness that's already there before the day gets busy. The kind that lives deeper than the body below the muscle and bone where you have your sense of who you are. People who have been giving a lot more than they have been receiving tend to get that kind of tired into people who have been going through a lot more quietly than anyone else has seen. Into people who have been loyal to things that haven't been loyal back yet. Being tired is not a sign of weakness. There's nothing wrong with you. It is proof that is true. Proof that you've been carrying a lot for a long time without getting enough rest or time to resolve things. Your endurance has not gone unnoticed for a single day. Let's keep going because this moment has a lot more in store for you. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel, your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose. Join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. You were known to everyone before you were born, before you took your first breath, and before anyone ever spoke your name into the air. That's not how people meet each other. Slowly, through time and chat and shared experiences in a way that was there before everything else, before the start of your story on earth, it already had every page of it. Not in a rough draft or an outline, in full. People didn't start to believe in you when they first saw you. When someone chose to love you, that didn't make you valuable. For you, it wasn't enough that a teacher told you were good, a friend stayed, or a door opened. All of those things were known and loved about you before they happened or were even possible. I knew you before you were born. For a long time, before time, no one in your family knew how to talk about what you would become. Before you got hurt, you learned to be careful about who you trusted. Before you lost something, you learned that some things don't last. Before someone told you that you were too much, too little, or put together wrong in some way. I knew you before any of that got to you. I knew I loved you no matter what, without any conditions or holds, without waiting to see how things would turn out. That is the base on which everything else is built. And I want you to feel how heavy this is because everything else is built on it. The people who raised you did not make you who you are. What has made you valuable is not how the world has received, accepted, praised, or turned away from you. Before any of that could touch you, the base was set. And 3 things were put into that foundation with the intention that they would stay there. Depth is the first. This is a way of seeing the world that goes deeper than most people are comfortable with. Some people seem to quickly get over things that bother you. You can make out what isn't being said as well as what is. You don't mean to carry the weight of a room. Of course, you can sense how other people are feeling before they even say a word. In some ways, this has felt like a flaw in the design, like you were built too open, too porous, or too vulnerable. But that depth isn't a mistake. It is building design. You were only meant to be in deep water, so it was put in you. Something about you makes you want to feel more than most people are willing to feel. That's possible because of how deep you are. The second is kindness. A way of getting close to people that not everyone does naturally. The skill to stay in the pain of another person without avoiding the parts that are uncomfortable. You have made room for people who didn't have anyone else to do so. You gave comfort when you were feeling bad yourself. That didn't go to waste. That kindness did not go away into thin air. All of those seeds were planted in ground that hasn't given you any fruit yet. The third is being strong. Not the kind of strength that you show off or the kind that you refuse to feel. The kind of person who wakes up in the morning even though it costs them everything. That kind of heart that stays open even after being hurt badly. That is a very uncommon trait. Not many people do it. And you were given it on purpose for a reason that is still being worked out. Nothing inside you is there by accident. There was a plan behind every step of how you were made. And that goal is still moving. It works right now, right here in this season that seems to be the stillest. I want you to understand something about where you are now. Picture a river, not a small stream for looks, but a real river that is wide, deep, and strong. Now, let's say that a dam was built upstream. There's a chance that it was caused by luck, loss, or the slow buildup of disappointment. No matter what caused the dam to rise, the river that had been flowing freely stopped what looked like it was moving from the outside. At first glance, it looks like nothing is happening or moving because it is still quiet and almost passive. But the water doesn't stop below the surface of a dammed river. It gathers up more depth. I press on it. There is pressure and force there now that there wasn't any before the dam. The river that flows through when the dam finally opens is different from the one that was there before. It holds more. To be able to move with such strength, depth, and intensity, you had to wait. When a river is let out after being slowed down for a long time, it doesn't bubble, it moves. That river is you. It has felt like stillness this season, but it is not stillness. It's building up. It's getting ready. There's something that only a dam can do. This making what was already there stronger. Putting pressure on you that will push you forward with a force that you could never have had in a life without this season. From where you are, you can't see it anyway. I can see it though from where I am. And I see a big change happening in you right now. Having to wait is not a punishment that needs to be heard by you. It has felt like one, that much I know. I know it's felt like everyone else's name is being called up to the next level while yours stays at the bottom of a list that never moves. I know how painful it is to see other people's doors open while yours stays shut. I know what it costs to keep showing up with hopes when those hopes keep getting pushed back. But people aren't forgotten in the waiting room. People are getting ready in the waiting room. Both of those things are very different from each other. The second one below the surface of this quiet season is the one that is true about you. Plans are being made for things. Things are starting to line up. You are building things inside yourself that could not have been built any faster without breaking you. To handle what's coming, you need to have reached a certain level of depth first. And you can't rush depth. It can't be made in a comfortable environment. It can only grow in the soil you've been in. The ground of doubt, the ground of unanswered questions, and the ground of faithful unseen and uncelebrated endurance. You can only grow what you need in that soil, which is where you are going. You were a part of it. You've been getting better at it. For even when it seemed like nothing was getting bigger, when the silence made you feel like you were left alone, think about this again. Come back to this when the waiting has felt like being turned down. Come back to this when you feel like someone has forgotten about you. We haven't forgotten about you. Not even for a second. Not even for a breath. Nothing about what was promised to you has gotten away from anyone. It is still held together in every way. Every single part of it is still moving. What's moving is always there, but you can't always see it. I'd like to talk about the thing you almost gave up on now. It's something you know. I'm not going to name it for you. In the middle of this season, there was a time, at least not at the start, when you still had the strength to have hope. And it's not right now when something changed to bring you here. It was sometime in the long gray middle of this season when you were so sick of hoping for it that you began the quiet work of convincing yourself you no longer wanted it. It was a way to stay alive. The mind was keeping the heart safe from another round of trying to get there but not getting there. Then you folded it up. That's how you put it away. You told yourself it was okay and that maybe it wasn't meant for you. That maybe not having it was the mistake all along. After that, you tried to keep going without it. I saw you do it. I need to talk to you about that time. The wants that are put inside a person are not for show. No, those are not suggestions. They don't push you to do mean things that you can't do. There is a real connection between a longing and something that is meant to come when it is put inside someone. The desire and the place you want to go are linked. They were made to be together. In addition, the fact that time has passed, the path has been longer than expected, and it has cost more than expected does not change where you want to go. That doesn't take away what was put inside you before you knew how to talk about it. Do not bury it. Don't say sorry for wanting it. You shouldn't use the length of the wait as proof that the answer is no. You will know when the answer is no. The desire changes when the answer is no. It stops having its own shape. It doesn't feel like yours anymore. But the desire stays when the answer isn't yet there. It stays. It keeps going. It stays in the same shape. It will not stay down no matter how hard you try. Also, if you're being honest with yourself right now, you know it's still there, still having its shape, still waiting for you to stop. Saying sorry for it's still true. Do not bury it because I can see it even though you can't yet. Let me tell you what I see when I look at the other side of you. I also want you to know what is being made. I see someone who knows how to carry things without breaking. Not someone who never bowed. Not someone who never broke. Someone who bent, cracked, and felt the cracks all the way through but still kept their heart open. It doesn't happen often. That's not like that. Keep your heart open even when there are good reasons to close it. These are the people who bring something to the world that it needs very much. At this point in time, you are becoming one of those people. I can see the kindness you'll bring with you into the future. I want you to know how uncommon it is. Kindness that has been strengthened by personal pain is not the same as kindness that has never been put to the test once you've held your own weight in silence. When you've had your own long nights of questions that wouldn't go away. When you were waiting for your turn and didn't know if your name would ever be called. You learn a skill that you can't teach anyone else. How to sit with other people in the same place. People who will need you haven't come into your life yet. They are coming though. You will be able to connect with them in a way that someone who hasn't been through it can't when they do. So remember what you went through this season. I can see the wise words you're going to say. Not the kind you get from reading about things, the kind you earn, the kind that was pressed into you by real weight over real time. People can tell when someone is speaking from experience because they have been there. What you take with you after this season will land in a different place. Because it was made in real fire, it will reach people where other things can't. It's a quiet season. But I can see the strength that is growing inside you right now. You can't break strength that wasn't built in a comfortable environment because it wasn't made in one. The kind of strength that doesn't break when pressed because it was formed when pressed. That has already been through what it takes to keep going even when it seems impossible and has done it anyway. That's the right kind of strength. Eventually, other people will lean on that kind. You were getting that kind of person while you thought nothing was going on. Nothing has been thrown away. Not a single loss, not a single night of tears that faded away into the night without anyone seeing. Not a single prayer felt like it was getting nowhere. There wasn't a single moment of endurance that didn't feel real. Not a single morning when you chose to get up even though you really wanted to stay in bed. All of those moments are being held. Each of those moments is being used to make something bigger. You're not high enough yet to see the whole shape of what is being made. I do though, and what I see is worth the work. The things I see are beautiful, heavy, and important in ways that they wouldn't be if this season hadn't come about first. Before we end this moment, I have one more thing to say to you. People watching this right now need to know that someone else gets it. They need to know that the weight they've been carrying is real and that it's important that they carry it. If something in this has touched you today and met a need in you, I want you to do one thing. Write something in the box below. You don't need to say anything. You don't need to write a whole sentence. It only takes one word. Found, heard, seen, and held. What's true for you today should be left behind because someone else will find this video useful at some point. They will read what you wrote. And it will affect them in a way you can't guess. Your comment is a gift that you can send to someone you'll never meet, but who needs it just as much as you did today. Leave it alone. You don't know how important it is. This message may have reached you at the right time and spoken to something that needed to be heard. Please stay in this space. Sign up for this channel. Keep coming back to something that sees you, meets you where you are, and talks to the real you. Not just the person you show the world, not because of a number or an algorithm. Keep coming back because you deserve it. Someone who needs a new message can find it here. If this was for you today, it will be again tomorrow. Sign up to make sure you don't miss it. Then share this with one person who has been carrying something they can't put their finger on. That person is already known to you. Send it. That shows love. Now, let me tell you what I want from you. Not forever and not a big promise to last a lifetime. Before the noise starts, before the phone starts to ring with unfinished business, and before the world makes its first demand on you tomorrow morning, please give me the first quiet moment. Not a perfectly written prayer, not the right words in the right order, not the person who has everything together. Just come as you are, even though you're tired, with the weight still there and the questions still open. That's where I do my best work. So bring it all. Not when things are smooth or well thought out, but when things are real and honest. For the first time in your life, the voice that has been talking to you all along can finally reach you. When you are too tired to do anything. When your guard is finally down and when you are still enough to hear something other than the noise in your own head. You're still not too far away. You haven't missed your chance. You can already become the person you've been waiting to become. You just need to make magic happen. It's the end of this season. It's not always this season either. It's not too late. Someone else has not been given the door that was meant for you. The love that holds you hasn't changed at all because of the way this season has been. Based on how many times you felt like you had almost nothing left to hold on to and how many mornings the weight was there before you opened your eyes, that didn't change anything. Nothing at all. You are being held. You were picked before time began. Before you even had a name, good things were planned for you. And all of those things are still moving, still being set up, and still coming. This moment did not happen by chance. This message didn't just appear. Love brought you to this very thing at this very moment because it knew what you needed to hear before you even knew you needed to hear it. Take this with you. If you need to write it down somewhere when it's hard, when the questions and the weight come back and when it feels like you'll never get anywhere, remember this truth. You are seen. People know who you are. You are deeply, completely, and always loved. The person who made you is still looking at you. Not for a second, not once. The story doesn't end there. It's still not over. The river is still building up. And when it does run, it will be unlike anything you can think of right now. There are still good pages to come. Listen up, chosen ones, and don't take this lightly. Yes, you are hearing this right now. It is not a mistake or a random event. God brought you here on purpose because your life is about to change in a big way. What heaven is telling you today is simple but very important. Take a break, lie down, and relax. You might feel antsy and like you need to move faster, call more people, make more plans, and push more doors open. However, God wants you to stop trying so hard. Take a deep breath and trust what He is doing behind the scenes. You can be strong in ways that don't involve pushing harder. It comes from giving up more. God is calling you to that kind of strength right now. Really, God is where my soul finds rest. He is the one who saved me. Psalm 62:1. Today is not the day to fight your way forward. Today, let God carry the things that have been too heavy for you while you stay lying down. Forces you can't see are moving mountains for you. You will feel the change even if you can't see it yet. This is a holy moment, a spiritual reset where weights are lifted, pain is eased, financial stress is dealt with, and the weight on your shoulders is taken off one layer at a time. God has something to say to you now. Chosen one, take a break. I'm about to set off something powerful inside you because your life is stuck. No one is telling you to lie down. It's telling you to lie down because heaven is moving and your spirit needs to be ready for what's coming. It's Him who makes me lie down in green grass. He takes me along calm water. He makes me feel better. Psalm 23 verse 23. God doesn't always push you first. He sometimes heals you first because you can't start a new season with a soul that is worn out. God has a plan for your life that is so much bigger than anything you could have imagined. When it comes true, you'll see that the stillness was part of the miracle. This promise isn't like most. This is a very important step forward. Right now, a real change is taking place inside you. Even though things haven't caught up with you yet, and pay attention to this. Your prayed for things are not just around the corner. They are already taking shape, being put together, and changing from being invisible to inevitable. This is what the seed is doing in the ground. That's why they want you to stay aligned. Lay down and don't move. Trust completely. Don't let fear or frantic effort get in the way of the divine power moving through you. Watch out for the Lord and be still while you wait for Him. Psalm 37 verse 7. When faith is present, patiently waiting is not a passive act. I need you to do 3 things before we go any further with this important message. Press the like button. Get it now. We're almost at 40,000 subscribers and you don't want to miss the messages that will change your life. Do something with the number 99. This number is very powerful and by leaving it, you will make this message stronger and let the universe know that you're ready for the truth. Let's get to the message. Now, if you are truly one of the chosen, you will stay with me until the end. Your spirit already knows that this is meant for you. You could click away if you're not ready. Prepare yourself though if you're ready because God is doing something huge right now. Today, God wants you to stay lying down. It's not that He wants you to do nothing. Something big is happening in your life behind the scenes. Picture a gardener watering the plant's roots before the flowers show up. It looks like nothing is going on. Everything is going on at the roots. Now is your season. Your big step forward is slowly but surely becoming real. People feel like they have to hustle, prove, chase, and perform all the time. As if being busy is the same as being lucky. But what if giving up today is what makes you strong? What if you make the most progress when you stop fighting the clock and trust that God has the right time for you? Trust the Lord with everything you do and He will make your plans come true. Proverbs 16 verse 3. Setting up things takes time and sometimes you can only do it in peace. Today, God is at work in the background. Even when you don't feel like you're doing anything, this rest is not a break in your journey. It's all part of the journey. It is an act of faith that is holy. You are being told to take a step back and let divine timing work its magic for you. It may be hidden, but it's still powerful. Think about how quiet it is before dawn. The noise doesn't bring the light. It will definitely come. It's not a waste of time to be still while lying down. It costs money. It has a purpose and blessings are about to pour out of it. So, pay close attention. You need to rest because your victory is being quietly planned and things will change in your life. You've been carrying too much for too long. You feel like worry is weighing you down. Your days have been sharper because of pain and stress over money has felt like a cycle that won't end. But let me tell you the truth. No one has left you or left you alone. As you are tired, God is stepping in to help you with love and strength. Give up everything, not just with one hand open, but with your whole heart. Give Him all of your worries, fears, struggles, what-ifs, and unfinished business. Let the Lord take care of you, and He will make you whole too. He keeps you from falling over from all the weight you've been carrying. It was never meant for you to carry it by yourself. Imagine a child giving a parent a heavy backpack out of love. That's exactly what God wants you to do. You can trust Him to carry the weight you've been living with. You don't have to be worn out to show that you're worthy. You don't have to put pressure on yourself all the time. When you rest, you make room for peace, healing, and getting better. This moment of giving up is a holy call to stop fighting and start trusting deeply. You're not giving up while you rest. Giving up your freedom and restoration is part of a bigger plan. The people whose minds are steady because they trust you will be at peace. 26:3 in Isaiah. When trust stays strong, peace can happen. Trust this. Your release is going to happen soon. God is working carefully to change your story. Even when you're having a hard time, He is breaking chains, getting rid of obstacles, and making a new path forward while you rest. Even though you can't see the fighting, miracles are happening that we can't see. You won't have to fight this one. Hold on to your positions and the Lord will save you. 2 Chronicles 2017. You can win some battles just by standing there. When you stop trying to control things and start holding on to faith, you can win some battles. When it seems like nothing is changing, God's work is steady and can't be stopped. Denial is not what the delay is. There is no point in waiting. Everything is set up to help you. And the things that are being made will not only be temporary. It will last a long time. What God doesn't want are quick fixes that make you worry again in a month. He is working on solutions that get to the bottom of the problem, make things stable, and bring lasting peace. God is good, and He is a safe place to go when things go wrong. People who trust Him are cared for by Him. Now 17. To take refuge means to feel safe, covered, and protected. You are not seen while you rest. You'll be okay. You have been picked and miracles from heaven are being made for you. Your body, mind, and future are all being reset. Like putting something back together from the inside out. God is getting rid of the junk in your mind, healing your emotional exhaustion, and resetting your plans for the future. This holy rest is not a passive state. It is a new start. A lot of the time, anxiety and doubt fight for control in your mind. But while you rest, God is turning down the noise and giving you peace instead of fear. Your body is being healed with gentle power. Even though it is tired and worn out, some of your goals, dreams, and calling are being moved around so that when you rise, you do so with direction instead of confusion. Also, don't rush through this part. Don't fight it. Put your weight on it. He is slowing you down because he needs to do some careful work. The kind that lasts. Wait for it. Even if it takes a while. It will come for sure and won't be late. 23, Habakkuk 1. It will happen when God says it will on time, not early or late. It's not your job to make the season happen. Stay in line, stay true, and stay still until he tells you to rise. Shorter-term fixes won't make what God is building for you complete. He is working on long-term answers to your toughest problems. Answers that change the core of your life. Imagine a skilled craftsman making something that will last for many years. That's how God works. Whether it's getting over deep wounds, fixing relationships, making your home more stable, getting clear on your calling, or getting a new level of provision. The things that are being prepared are beyond what human hands can make. And when it comes, it won't just make you feel better, it will set you up. Your story will show people that there is hope and a fresh start. Not because you were strong enough, but because God was true to His word. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Let's talk about money now. Because some of you have been sleepless at night because of stress over money. Because you've been trying to make everything last. You're tired from all the math and bills. Listen to this. The time of lack is ending. God is coming to break the chains of lack that have been holding you back. Provisions are being made in ways you could not have planned while you rest. Opportunities are being set up. The doors are getting ready. Resources are being moved around. Take a look at the ravens. They don't plant or harvest. Still, God feeds them. And how much better you are than birds. Luke 12 verse 24. You don't have to do nothing. It means you don't need to be afraid anymore because your provider is real. It's not a matter of if or when you'll make a big financial move. Prepare to receive what God has prepared to not only keep you alive, but also give you the power to bless others. God's goal is not just to save you from your worries. He wants to make you feel at ease. Some of you also need to hear this. Remember the Lord your God because He makes it possible for you to make money. 18:18 in Deuteronomy. Talent, creativity, timing, favor, discipline, ideas, insight, and a plan. God can set it all on fire. During times of rest, He can still give you wisdom that will change your future. Also, your body is being lovingly fixed up. Some of you have been having health problems and your bodies have been storing pain, tiredness, stress symptoms, and emotional weight. God hasn't forgotten about it. He sees every tear and every night when you can't sleep. Rest helps the body heal. And this is the time of year when your healing goes deeper than you think. I pray that you stay healthy and that everything goes well for you. I also pray that your soul is happy. 3 are John 1:1 God wants you to be whole in body, mind, and spirit. Wait for the healing process to finish. Don't fight your body's need to rest. Every moment of stillness helps it heal. As you heal, your energy will come back with a purpose. Not just to stay alive, but to live with fire again. Thank the Lord that He forgives your sins and makes you well. Who gives you good things that satisfy your wants so that you can feel young again like an eagle. Psalm 103 verse 25. It doesn't happen right away all the time, but it does happen. Your gifts, strengths, and callings have been dormant for a long time, waiting for the right time to come to the surface. These skills aren't just random. They are gifts from God that were made just for you and your destiny. God is stirring up these hidden treasures while you rest. He is giving you spiritual authority, courage, creativity, and strength. The butterfly doesn't become able to fly until it goes through a secret change. In the same way, you are changing into something else. You won't be the same person you were before. The new one is being made. A lot of people go through life never realizing how powerful they are. But you are about to make a big discovery that will show you strengths, abilities, and clarity you didn't know you had. When you rise, you'll handle problems with style. People will be moved by your peace. You will do the things that God has asked you to do. The Lord will always lead you. He will meet your needs. You will be like a garden that gets plenty of water or a spring that never runs dry. Isaiah 58 verse 11. That's a big promise. That is a stable state. That's too much. That's momentum that stays strong even when things get tough. People think of rest as weakness, but it's actually the key to being great. This break is not a stop to progress. It's where your biggest breakthrough yet will begin. Like a rocket that stays on the ground while its fuel builds up. You are gathering strength and wisdom that you can't see. If you choose peace and stay in bed for a while, it's like putting money into your future. Your spirit is getting stronger. Your eyesight is getting better. Your purpose is getting clearer, and what God is building in you now will hold up in the future. Greatness doesn't just appear out of nowhere. Preparation and patience are needed to grow it. So instead of getting angry when you have to rest, think of it as a chance to get better. God is giving you all the tools you need to succeed in the future. Your greatness will grow, bloom, and bear fruit in this rest. This is how God's kingdom looks. A man throws seeds on the ground day and night. He has no idea how the seed grows, but it does. Mark 4 said to it 6 to 7, it is possible to grow even while you sleep. That's how God planned it. Remember that you are wrapped in God's love right now. Not a weak or faraway love, but an active, protective love. A love that shields you from harm. A love that keeps you steady when you're shaking. A love that fixes things no one saw. This is possible because the Lord loves us so much. His kindness never ends. Every morning they are different. 32:23 of Lamentations. With new mercy, your story doesn't have to stay in the past. If you turn to new mercy, you can begin again. When God shows you new mercy, it means He still has time for you. God's love is your light. No matter how dark the night was, you are going through a change that is getting you ready to rise as an unstoppable force. The hard times you went through did not mean you lost. They were refining fire which made you who you are. You will soon come out of it stronger, smarter, and more resilient. Ready to face life with a new trust that doesn't come from ego but from alignment. You won't be the only one rising when you do. God will show you the way. Being wise will show you the way. Your faith will help you move forward. Changes will be seen. They will watch as the things that used to weigh you down fall away. Where fear used to live, they will now see peace. They'll see that you have hope again in your eyes. Your story will be used as proof that God can step in and heal, rebuild, and raise people up. Your breakthrough will help more than just you. It also shows how good God is and serves as a reminder that miracles do happen. May the God of hope fill you with joy and peace as you put your trust in Him. There is so much hope in you. Luke 15:13. When you have too much hope, it spreads to everyone else. There is a divine beat to life. Take a break, receive help, and then get up. You are getting right now. Getting grace, healing, knowledge, and strength. Think about the first light of dawn after the longest night. Silence at first, then light that wouldn't stop. That's how your next season will start. Don't doubt how powerful being still can be. Every moment of rest helps you get ready to rise. With every peaceful breath, you get closer to your goal. It can be hard to wait, especially when you want things to change so badly. But God's timing is perfect, and every delay is part of a bigger plan to keep you safe and put you in the right place behind the scenes. With care and love, the details are being set up. You can't see the orchestration, but it sounds great. And when the time comes, it won't feel forced. It'll feel good. It will feel like it is in place. It will feel like the door opened on its own, not because you pushed it open while you were tired. Deep planned rest does more than just heal your body. It refreshes your spirit and brings you closer to God. When you're still, your spiritual senses get stronger. When it's quiet, guidance is easier to see. Rest gives your heart a new sense of purpose. And yes, some people may get it wrong. They might say that your resting is being lazy. They might not understand why you're not freaking out like you used to. You know what's going on, though. You've chosen to trust instead of be afraid. Insight over worry and faith over craziness. Even when you don't feel like doing anything, people who are helping you are actually getting rid of the things that were in the way of your progress. The way forward is being made ready. Like turning the soil, pulling out weeds, and making room for plants to grow. God is setting you up in a way that you can thrive without constant opposition. The way you rest is not passive. It's strong. When you lie down, every second is holy time when problems are solved and your destiny becomes clear. God is also working out plans that you can't see. The resources, opportunities, and connections that will help you move forward are being carefully put together by divine plans. At the start of your next season, you'll see that everything has fit together in a way that only God could. Now, it's up to you to be patient, find peace, and keep your faith. And let this sink in. Blockages are being broken. Fear is easing up. An old trauma is no longer holding on. You're getting lighter, more free, and more clear. Things are moving faster, but you can't tell how fast yet. Small changes in the way you think. A moment of peace or a new idea. Those are the seeds of a huge change. As God fine-tunes your life, He gets rid of the things that drain you and puts the things that strengthen you in the right place. This sets you up for a future that will be good to you without crushing you. Your mind and spirit are being trained to become smarter and more deeply connected. God is giving you the strength and wisdom you need to handle the next season. Your gifts are being slowly and carefully unlocked. Shown to you at the right time and in the right amount. Your calling is opening on purpose like a flower opening petal by petal. God's work is not rushed and it will not be wasted. God's loving hand is directing miracles to happen all around you. There is divine intervention even when things in your life seem stuck and the world seems to be in chaos. When you trust this process, more breakthroughs will happen on your journey. And it won't just make you feel better when it gets there. It's going to change your path. It will make you less stable. Having faith in yourself will change. Your life will change because of it. So take a break, chosen one. Do not move. If you need to stay lying down today, loosen up your spirit. Relax your mind. Take a deep breath. God is at work and your breakthrough is being carefully planned. The Lord has thought of us. He's going to bless us. Psalm 115 Zev 12. We haven't forgotten about you. You haven't been delayed past hope. You are being put in place. You will know for sure when the invisible becomes visible. And what was being made in secret comes into the light. This break wasn't a waste of time. It was holy time. And that's where God turned what wasn't going to happen into what did. Do one last thing if this message spoke to your spirit or confirmed something deep inside you. Leave a comment below with the number 999 to show that you fully understand it. Tap the bell to make sure you don't miss another word that will lift your spirit. Give this to someone else who needs it. We don't rise alone. We rise together. May the days ahead bring you divine clarity, unstoppable favor, and changes that you can't deny. You have been picked. You are getting better, and no one will be able to miss your glow. I'll talk to you again soon. Keep your mind sharp. Keep your faith. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry. When Jesus says, "Give and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens open. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment. A place where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.